All right, we're back, and we're doing this second part of the second day of Justin Timberlake apparently trying to have his manager figure everything out about who's enjoying his concerts. So anyway, over here, we're going to go through and break these things down. We're going to talk about cluster sampling and the systematic random samples, and then we're going to kind of talk about what's best to use when. Okay, so let's split this out into 3 parts. Again, my class, do this in a notebook so you have all this in one place. Everybody else, there's notes down below if you want to grab those. So for cluster samples, and we talked about this a little bit, I think, in the problem part on Friday, or in the previous one. So you're going to split the population based on location, okay? So into groups based on location. So famous ones, like I think I said last week, or the last one, schools, businesses, things like that. You're picking, okay, I need to pick a school in Illinois. You randomly pick a school in Illinois. You survey everybody in that school. Why? Because it's easier than trying to find 2 students here, 2 students there, et cetera, all the way across. So once you do that, cluster sample, and you're going to sample everybody at that location. Okay. So actually here, so sample all individuals in that group. Okay. So again, a cluster gives you heterogeneous groups. Okay. The groups are going to be mixed up. Heterogeneous. Where the strata, when we do stratified, are homogeneous groups. Make that a capital H. You're picking a certain number from freshmen, a certain number from sophomores, a certain number from juniors, a certain number from seniors. If you're doing clusters, you're going to pick everybody in a particular homeroom. Ideally, if the homerooms are mixed grades and stuff like that. Systematic random sample. Okay, so you're going to sample, or it is a sample where you randomly pick the starting point. With an equal interval in between. Individuals, yeah, I need that too. So again, you're saying, okay, I'm starting here, then I'm going to go every 5th locker. I'm going to go every 6th locker. I'm going to go every 10th person in the crowd, that type of thing. Now, benefits of types. Okay. Simple random sample is unbiased. Everybody has an equal chance of being picked. Okay. Stratified is unbiased. Because again, you're picking people from each strata randomly, and you're going to get, and because of that, you're going to get low variability. Okay, so you're going to make sure that we've got people from all over the place, or from each class at your school. We're just making sure that, and because of that, then the variability shrinks. Clusters are great because they're easy. If you're taking samples of kids at your school, you pick 5 random science, you pick 5 classes at random. You just go to those classrooms, you talk to everybody, you're done. And then the last but not least, systematic. Okay, you don't have to label everybody. Just find your starting point and just count from there. Okay? So take a second. We're going to pause here for a second, and then we're going to, so pause here for a second, work on this, come back and check your answers. All right, so let's take a look at this. You're trying to survey patients at a large hospital. And so they've got to see how level of satisfaction with their hospital room, because obviously you may have, if you've ever been to the hospital, there's like forms you can fill out, and that's all voluntary response, which we know isn't good. So you're going to try to make sure that every now and then we do this. 10 floors, 15 rooms each for a total of 150 rooms. The hospital staff would like to take a sample of 30 rooms. So describe how to select a stratified random sample of 30 rooms. So stratified means that you're pulling the same number of rooms from the same, in this case, would be floors. So you're going to label each floor. Each floor is labeled with rooms 1 through 15. And then what you're going to do is when you walk onto the floor, you're going to randomly pick, through a random number generator, 3 unique numbers. And you're going to go to those rooms on that floor. And then when you get up to the second floor, you're going to pick another 3 random numbers, go to those 3 rooms, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? 10 floors, 3 rooms each, 30 numbers total. For clusters, you need a total of 30 rooms. And for clusters, you would treat each floor as a cluster. So you're going to go through and, oops, that should be 3. Good job, Hayes. So then once you pick those, you're going to go to all the rooms on those 3 floors. So you're going to do a random number generator, pick 3 unique numbers. So you might get 2, 7, 10. You're going to go there, survey everybody, and away you go. For the systematic random sample, you're going to survey, you're going to pick a starting point. So you pick a number 1 through 50. Now this is, are you labeling every room? No, you're thinking about labeling every room because you're not actually going to go through and label every room. But so you're going to try to figure out, okay, so you're going to pick a number, go to that place, and then from there, since we've got 150 rooms, you divide that by 30, you get 5. So you're going to go to every 5th room. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, talk to that room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, talk to that room, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what are the benefits for each of these? Stratified has the benefit that all floors are being sampled, and so they're therefore and represented, so therefore it's going to be less variability. That's always a plus. Cluster is nice because it's the fastest and the easiest because you don't have to climb all those stairs. You just go to the 3 different floors and talk to everybody. And systematic, once you find the starting point, no need to label every other room. Okay, you just start there and you're going to count it all off. You'll have to, in this case, count up to 5. And then the nice part here is that when you do this, and again, how do we come up with this? We took 150, so that's my total, divided by my sample size. And that tells me every 5th room. Okay, and if you do it that way, then you can make sure that you're going to catch and have this representation here. So you're going to hopefully pick up some of this less variability as you would up on the stratified sample. Okay? Hope everything's going well. We're going to start talking about surveys tomorrow. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. And if you don't, that's okay too. And we'll talk to you next time.